In the rural town of Bunnyborough, young Judy Hopps has a dream that most find ridiculous. She wants to be the first rabbit police officer in the metropolis of Zootopia. Her parents, Stu and Bonnie, try to steer her toward the safe life of carrot farming, but Judy is undeterred. Even after being bullied by a fox named Gideon Gray, her resolve only strengthens. Years later, Judy enters the Zootopia Police Academy. Initially, she struggles against recruits who are 3 times her size, but she uses her agility and intelligence to outmaneuver them. She graduates at the top of her class and is assigned to Precinct 1 in the heart of Zootopia by Mayor Lionheart. The train ride to Zootopia is a marvel of engineering. Judy watches through the glass as the climate zones shift from the frozen tundra of Tundra Town to the humid canopy of the Rainforest District, finally arriving at the gleaming Savannah Central. Zootopia is a place where anyone can be anything. But as Judy steps off the train with her luggage, she realizes that while the city is beautiful, the challenges ahead are larger than she ever imagined.
Okay, Hopps. The real work begins now.
Judy arrives at Precinct 1, ready for high-stakes action. However, Chief Bogo, a stern Cape Buffalo, is unimpressed by the Academy's first rabbit. While the real officers are assigned to investigate 14 missing predator cases, Bogo assigns Judy to parking duty. Determined to be the best, Judy vows to hand out 200 tickets before noon. During her shift, she spots a suspicious fox named Nick Wilde entering an ice cream parlor. Assuming the worst, she follows him, only to find he's just trying to buy a jumbo pop for his young son's birthday. When the elephant owner refuses to serve a fox, Judy steps in, uses her authority to help Nick, and even pays for the popsicle. Later that afternoon, Judy catches Nick in a lie. She watches as he and his son, actually a grown fennec fox named Finnick, melt the jumbo pop down into popsicles to resell them at a profit to hamsters. When she confronts him, Nick coolly explains that Zootopia isn't a wonderland. It's a place where you are what you are. A bunny can only be a carrot farmer, he sneers, leaving Judy discouraged and alone in her tiny, cramped apartment. The next day, a frantic Mrs. Otterton bursts into Chief Bogo's office, pleading for someone to find her missing husband, Emmett. Bogo dismisses her, claiming all his officers are busy. Seeing an opportunity, Judy volunteers for the case. Bogo is furious at her insubordination and prepares to fire her on the spot. However, the assistant mayor, a sheep named Don Bellwether, happens to be there and is thrilled that a little guy is taking the lead. Under pressure, Bogo gives Judy a deal. She has 48 hours to find Mr. Otterton. If she fails, she must resign from the force. Judy's only lead is a photo of Mr. Otterton eating a popsicle. She tracks down Nick Wilde and uses a hidden carrot-shaped voice recorder to trick him into admitting to tax evasion. She offers him a choice: help her solve the case or go to jail for 5 years. Nick, realizing he's been out-hustled by a bunny, begrudgingly agrees to help. Nick takes Judy to a naturalist club, a nudist colony for animals, where they learn that Mr. Otterton was last seen getting into a limousine. To find the plate number, they head to the Department of Mammal Vehicles, the DMV. To Judy's horror, the DMV is staffed entirely by sloths. The lead sloth, Flash, is agonizingly slow. Nick intentionally slows the process further by telling a joke about a 3-humped camel. By the time they get the plate information, it's nighttime. The limo belongs to Tundra Town's most feared crime boss, Mr. Big. The pair sneaks into the limo and finds evidence of a struggle and claw marks.
Suddenly, they are captured by polar bears and taken to Mr. Big's mansion. Mr. Big turns out to be a tiny Arctic shrew with a godfather-like persona. He is about to ice Judy and Nick for trespassing until his daughter, Frou Frou, recognizes Judy as the officer who saved her from a falling donut sign earlier that day. Grateful, Mr. Big reveals that Otterton, his florist, suddenly went savage and attacked his driver, a black panther named Monchus.
Any friend of my daughter's is a friend of mine. He went savage, attacked my driver. He went completely wild.
Judy and Nick find Monchus in the rainforest district. He is terrified, his eye bruised. He explains that Otterton kept yelling about night howlers. Suddenly, Monchus begins to growl. His eyes glaze over, his posture shifts, and he reverts to a feral, predatory state. He attacks Judy and Nick, chasing them through the trees. Judy manages to trap the savage Monchus and calls the ZPD for backup. However, when Chief Bogo and the officers arrive, Monchus has vanished. Bogo believes Judy is making excuses for her failure and demands her badge. Nick unexpectedly stands up for Judy, pointing out that she still has 10 hours left on her 48-hour deadline. As they leave in a cable car, Nick opens up about his childhood. He tells Judy how he once tried to join the Junior Ranger Scouts, only to be muzzled and humiliated because he was a fox. He decided then that if the world only saw him as untrustworthy, there was no point in being anything else. Judy realizes that she and Nick are more alike than she thought. Using the city's traffic camera system, with help from Assistant Mayor Bellwether, Judy and Nick track the wolves who took Monchus. They follow the trail to a secret facility called Cliffside Asylum. They sneak past the wolf guards by triggering a howling fit and find all the missing predators locked in cells. Every single one of them, including Mr. Otterton, is savage. They overhear Mayor Lionheart arguing with a doctor. Lionheart is keeping the savage animals hidden because he fears it will destroy his reputation and the city's peace. Judy records the conversation on her phone. The pair escapes and calls in the raid. The ZPD swarms the facility, and Mayor Lionheart is arrested. Judy is hailed as a hero. At a press conference, the media asks why the animals went savage. Nervous and unprepared, Judy suggests it might be biological or in their DNA as predators. Nick, watching from the sidelines, feels betrayed. He realizes Judy still fears him deep down. He refuses her offer to join the force and walks away, leaving Judy alone at the height of her success.
Wait!
The fallout of Judy's press conference is disastrous. Fear grips Zootopia. Prey animals begin to fear and discriminate against their predator neighbors. Protest lines form, and the "anyone can be anything" motto rings hollow. Mayor Bellwether takes over, but the city is more divided than ever. Judy, heartbroken by what she's caused, resigns from the ZPD and returns to Bunnyboro to sell carrots. While at the farm, she sees her old bully, Gideon Gray, who has become a kind pastry chef. During their conversation, her father mentions that he uses night howlers to keep bugs away from the crops, but he warns that if the flowers are eaten, they cause rabbits to go completely bug nuts and aggressive. Judy realizes the truth. Night howler isn't a wolf, it's a poisonous flower. The predators weren't reverting to their nature, they were being targeted and poisoned. She jumps into her family's old truck and races back to Zootopia to find Nick.
Nick, wait for me!
Judy finds Nick and tearfully apologizes, admitting she was wrong. They reconcile and track down the source of the night howlers, a secret lab in an abandoned subway car. They find a ram named Doug who is manufacturing a concentrated blue serum from the flowers and shooting predators with a pellet gun. After a high-speed chase on a moving train, they secure the evidence, the case of serum, but are cornered by Mayor Bellwether in the Museum of Natural History. Bellwether reveals she is the mastermind. She wanted to create fear so the 90% prey population would rise up and follow her. She shoots Nick with a pellet, screaming for him to bite Judy. Nick appears to go savage and lunges for Judy's throat. Bellwether laughs, thinking she has won. But then Nick lets go and smiles. They had swapped the poison pellets for blueberries from Judy's farm. Judy had recorded Bellwether's entire confession on her carrot pen. Bellwether is arrested, and an antidote is developed for the savage animals. Months later, Nick graduates from the academy as the first Fox police officer. The story ends with Judy and Nick as partners, patrolling the streets of Zootopia, proving that while the world isn't perfect, the best way to make it better is to start with yourself.